Hello, welcome to Verbling. I am Teacher Oakley. Hi there. Today at this time slot, and actually for the next today, tomorrow, and the next day, here on Verbling, we're going to be looking at continuous verb tenses. Our focus today will be on the present continuous form. Tomorrow past, the next day future. We will look at this verb tense form by looking at how we actually form the present continuous tense, and we're going to be looking at the different uses, how it is used. As we look at how it is used, students will go ahead and form your own sentences, which I'll obviously be helping you out with, in order to conform to that use of the verb tense. So in this way we can get some practice using present continuous in the various uses. Okay. Anyway, let me start off by welcoming some students to the class, and then we'll get started. Hello, Felipe. Welcome to the class. Hello, Felipe. Hi. How are you?
Hello.
Hello.
I'm fine.
Okay, good morning or good evening, whatever. And welcome to the class. Hello, Sue.
Hello, Professor.
Hello. How are you? Where are you from, Sue?
I am from Puerto Rico.
Okay, very good. Welcome to the class. And hello, Tatiana.
Hello, teacher. How are you?
I'm okay, considering it's Monday morning where I am, but considering it's Monday, I'm doing okay. Anyway, welcome everyone to the class, and let's get started. We got a lot to talk about. I'm going to do a screen share here with you, and we'll start talking about the present continuous verb tense. Alrighty. First of all, the form. Okay. The present continuous verb tense is formed with the verb to be, contingent, of course, on if we're using first, second, or third person. We need to conjugate the verb to be properly, so as to have proper subject, noun, and verb agreement. So I am, he, she, or it is, and then the plurals they, you, or we are. And then the present participle. The present participle, of course, is the ing form of the verb. All right, simple enough. Before we look at some examples, what it looks like, let me quickly welcome Giselle. Hello, Giselle.
Hello.
Hello, welcome to the class.
Thank you.
And also, hello to, oh my goodness, how do I say your name? Mikias?
Yes, Mikias.
Mikias. Is that right?
All right. Do you tell me Mike?
Or Mike? Yeah. Well, Mike will work. You can call me Oakley, Mike. Is it okay if I call you Mike? That's all right?
Nice. That's all right. Nice to meet you, Oakley.
Nice to meet you too. Where are you from?
I am living in Brazil.
Okay. Cool. All right. Well, welcome to the class. All right. Let's take a look at what the present continuous looks like in a statement, a positive statement. It looks like this. You, subject noun, followed by the verb construction. There it is. Are watching. Here we have an object noun. It's not necessary to have an object noun, but here we have one. TV. It's pretty straightforward. In the question form, as in all question forms, In all question forms, we're going to use the first auxiliary or helper verb. These are verbs that here it's the verb to be, verbs that we use in conjunction with our main verb to form a verb tense. So, in the question form, we reverse the first auxiliary and the subject noun. Are you watching TV? All right, we do this with all question forms. The first auxiliary is put in the front of the sentence. In simple present or simple past, where we don't have an auxiliary in a normal positive statement, we're going to use do. Do or did, past tense. Okay, in the negative form, negative statement, again, our subject noun is first. Not, as always, will follow the first auxiliary. So there you go. You are not watching TV. In this case, of course, in normal spoken English, while it is possible and not wrong to contract you're not watching TV, that's perfectly fine. That's okay. But we tend more often than not to contract the not part. So probably more likely you would hear you aren't watching TV. Okay. Now let's look at the uses and practice them. Use number one. Quick howdy and welcome to Eliza.
Hello.
Hi, Eliza.
Elisa.
Hello. Elisa.
Yes.
Sorry. Okay, Elisa. All right, Elisa, welcome to the class.
Thank you.
All right, where are you from?
I'm from Costa Rica.
Costa Rica.
Yes.
Okay, terrific. Welcome to the class.
Thank you.
Okay, now we're going to look at the uses of the present continuous and practice them. As illustrated by this diagram, we're talking about now. We use it to talk about now. Okay, something is happening right now, at this very moment. Now, in this usage, we're talking about this exact moment. I am teaching the class right now. You are listening to me right now. Okay, so I use the present continuous. We're going to get to it a little bit more, talk about it a little bit more, but now in English can mean exactly this very second, or it can mean a more continuous action, a more broader sense of now. For example, I'm reading a really good book now. Obviously, while I'm talking to you guys in this class, I'm not reading a book at the same time. So we'll talk about that more a little bit later and practice that, but right now let's just focus on this exact second. One other thing related to this particular use of now. We also, when we're describing a picture, a photograph, or for that matter, even a painting, we describe it as if it was right now. That is a captured now. Okay, so when we describe a picture, we also use basically this same use of present continuous. In the picture, the man is sitting on the park bench. He is feeding the birds. Okay. So to talk about actions happening in a photograph, we also kind of use this same usage. All right, for example, you are learning English now, or I hope you are. Great. In the negative, you are not swimming now, or I hope you're not. Although you guys want to watch a verbal in class and swim at the same time, you're perfectly welcome to do so. Just don't electrocute yourself. Are you sleeping? I hope not. Okay, very simple. All right, notice sometimes the use of the time word now is included in the sentence. You might include other such time words or phrases like at the moment. right now, maybe some others. I am sitting. Sometimes we don't need to put now. It is implied. If I say I am sitting, then I obviously am talking about right this second. I am not standing. This is very true. I am not at this very second. Okay. Pretty simple. Question form, what are you doing? All right, this is very common. Why aren't you doing your homework? Okay, the negative question. Pretty simple. I think we can handle this. Talking about right now. Let's give this a try. So, forming a very basic sentence with present continuous. Felipe, I'm going to start with you. Can you create a sentence that talks about, well, right now?
They are swimming in the pool. Swimming in the pool right now.
Sure. Okay. Very good. They're swimming in the pool right now. Okay. Perfect. All right. Should be able to zip through this. Is Sue here? Yes, Sue. Sue, how about you? Can you give us an example sentence? Sue, are you there? Sue, are you connected? Sue from Puerto Rico? No. Okay. Yes, he is. But he unmuted himself earlier, so I think he knows how. Okay, well, we'll skip him for now. Maybe he got a call. Tatiana, can you give it a try?
The grandmother is cooking the cakes in the kitchen. Oh, yes, in the kitchen.
Okay.
The grandmother.
The grandmother? Okay.
Is cooking peas or cakes
Okay.
in the kitchen. Yes.
Okay. All right. Of course, use of the with the grandmother assumes that we know which grandmother you're talking about, but okay, fine. All right, which I guess is implied because you know right where she is. Okay, fine. Okay, that's okay. Giselle, can you give me an
I'm enjoying the class.
Okay, that's great. Well, I'm enjoying the class. Very good. Obviously, what she is doing right this exact second. Hopefully. Okay, great. Thank you, Giselle. Mike. Mike, can you give me an example? Using the present continuous to talk about right this very second.
I am very tired.
Okay, now this is interesting. All right. Now, here we have something very interesting. Now, of course, we did not notice I'm very tired. We do not have the present continuous form. Instead, we have just simply I am. That is present simple. Verb tense. Is it even possible, Mike, to use present continuous in this sentence? Not really. Can you say I am very tiring? That has a totally different meaning. We found it's kind of funny. If you're tiring, this is an adjective. That means you make other people feel tired. You make other people spend way too much energy. All right, the verb to tire. Here's the problem, and I knew this would come up sooner or later, and that's fine. This verb, to tire, okay, is, can we ever use this with a continuous tense? I guess. He is tiring me out. I suppose it's possible. It's very difficult to use it, because this is what we're going to talk about this, but this is what's called a mixed verb. In some uses, okay, I can use tire. He is tiring me out. All right, that would be fine. But I am very tiring. That doesn't work at all. This is called a mixed verb. Some verbs in English are called non-continuous verbs or stative verbs, or some are mixed verbs. For example, the verb to be, my child is being naughty. Okay, I can do that. That's not a problem. Right? But if I want to say I am at my house right now, I cannot change this. I cannot say I am being at my house right now. This is wrong. I cannot use the continuous tense for the verb to be in this meaning. The verb to be is a mixed verb. If I'm talking about how someone's acting, my child is being naughty, this is perfectly okay. No problem at all with this sentence. My second example here, totally wrong. You can't do it. Some verbs cannot be used in the continuous tense, particularly if you're talking about a state. How things are. The grass is green, the sky is blue. Those are the states of the world as we know it. So Mike is talking about his state. He feels very tired. He is very tired. We can't use a continuous verb to talk about a state. I can't say the sky is being blue. It just doesn't work. So, okay. There you go. So, you have to be aware of that. Even though it may be true at this very moment, he feels tired, you simply cannot use a continuous verb to express that idea. So, as he did, he reverted to present simple. That's what you do. You just use present simple even though it is right now. Okay. Well, good teaching point there, Mike. Thanks. Elisa, can you form a sentence talking about the right now, this very second? Elisa? Are you there? Elisa? Oh, okay. Okay. As I had mentioned earlier, now can mean now, this very second, or it can mean a longer action which is in progress now. For example, earlier I had mentioned I'm reading a really good book. Great. Obviously not while I'm teaching class. So the diagram, the now action is a little broader. Now is relative in English. It can mean this second, which we just looked at. It can mean today, this month. It can mean this year. It can mean this century. Okay. All right. Okay. The industrialization is causing many problems. Well, this has been going on for a century or two now. Is causing. I'm talking about now in a much broader sense. Duration, a longer action which is in progress now. We may or may not be doing it at this exact second. Okay, so for example, all of these sentences I'm about to show you could be said while having a conversation while you're eating dinner in a restaurant. I am studying to become a doctor. And then you put some sushi in your mouth. That doesn't mean that that's part of your study. Okay, a longer duration. I am, obviously can be negative. I'm not studying to become a dentist. Here's my example. I'm reading the book Tom Sawyer. Okay, obviously the concept of reading a book very much illustrates this idea. It takes a while to read a book. I'm not reading any books right now, in the negative.
Right.
Okay, a couple question forms. Are you working on any special projects at work? Obviously, that would be, you're asking about something that takes duration, that you may be in the middle of doing. And the negative, aren't you teaching at the university now? Okay, are you not? Okay, so this is pretty much the same idea, but a longer type of action. Okay, maybe we'll come back to this, but I want to show you, this is very much related to right this second or a broader idea of now. Since we have a lot more material, I'm going to just skip practicing that one because it's very close to the first use. This one I do want to talk about. The near future. Now, okay, near is the key word here. Of course, obviously, we can talk about future events using future tense, obviously. But we can also use present continuous to indicate something will or will not happen in the near future. The key is we tend to use this not talking about things that are going to happen 1,000 years from now, but tomorrow. And we are going to practice this. I want to make sure you guys understand this because this is fairly common. This isn't an unusual use. This is pretty common. I'm meeting some friends after work, all right, in a few hours. There's also the idea not only that that something will happen, but that something is planned to happen. I'm not going to the party tonight. Is he visiting his parents next weekend? Basically, you're asking, is he planning to visit his parents next weekend? There's an implied idea of this is a planned thing. It's been thought of before. You didn't just think of it right now. I think I will meet some friends after work. All right, if I think of it right now and it's about the future, I would use the future simple. But if it's obviously planned, a planned activity, I'm going to, it'd be very common, again, near future to use present continuous. Isn't he coming with us tonight? Okay. We should try this one out. Felipe, tell me about some future plans in the near future.
In the future, I'm going to the supermarket tomorrow in the morning.
Okay. Okay. Oops, doesn't need to be all bold. I'm going to the supermarket. Aha. Now, okay. This is interesting. Good teaching point here. Yes, this is present continuous tense. I am going, and then where you're going, to the supermarket. Tomorrow in the morning. Okay, you could. That's fine. Nothing wrong with this. Nothing wrong at all with this sentence. Tomorrow morning. I want to point something out here. Okay. We also could use going to, and then a verb. All right. Future simple is am going to go. I'm going to go. I'm going to swim. I'm going to fly. I'm going to read. That's future simple. So, okay, he very easily could have used the future simple, verb to be, and going to, and then the main verb. He could have used it, same idea. It would have not changed the idea at all. This is perfectly fine, but so would the future simple. They would both indicate the same thing, that he's doing this action and that he's thought about it before, that he's planned it. All right. Tatiana, I'm going to give this a try.
She's fleeing to Moscow on this Friday.
She's wedding to Moscow?
Fleeing.
Flying.
Flying, yes.
Well, those are two different words, you know. Fleeing means run away, escape, run and hide. She's okay.
To Moscow on this Friday.
You don't need to say on this Friday. It's just this Friday. Okay. Either way, either verb, but of course they're two totally different meanings. Flying, probably in a plane, unless she has wings. And fleeing meaning like a runaway, escaping to Moscow. Okay. Which would be fine. They're both possible. All right. Yeah. Okay. That's the idea. Great. Obviously, a future plan. A quick shout out and welcome to Kliber. Hello, Kliber. How are you today?
Fine, teacher. Thank you.
Great. Welcome to the class. We'll give you a chance at this in just a minute. In the meantime, Giselle, can you use present continuous to show a future plan in the near future?
Present continuous. I'm cooking my dinner tomorrow. Oh, I'm gonna cook my dinner tomorrow.
I am what? Cooking dinner?
Tomorrow. I'm cooking dinner tomorrow.
Tomorrow. That's it. Okay. Yep. That's simple, straightforward. Yes, that accomplishes the mission. All right. Shows that you're planning to cook the dinner tomorrow. All right. Mike, how about you?
I am meeting my friends on Saturday evening.
Okay. Okay, on Saturday evening. Okay. Okay. Perfect. Fine. Great. Yeah. All right. No problem. That works. All right. It's pretty simple. Great, Mike. Elisa, are you there? Elisa? Elisa? Hello, hello? What happened to Elisa? I don't know. All right, Kliber, you want to give this a try?
Try on phrasing.
We're yeah. The idea is we're talking about using the present continuous to talk about something in the near future. Basically, something planned.
Okay, I'm going to watching the movie next Friday.
Okay. Okay. All right. This, I'm going to, and then the verb. This is the present actually, if you got rid of the ing, this would be future simple verb tense. We can use will. I will watch the movie next Friday. I'm going to watch the movie next Friday. The fact that you use this future simple means that it's a plan. And here it is totally interchangeable. Instead of using that, you could use present continuous, which would simply be, I am watching the movie next Friday. Generally, there's no difference. You can use the going to simple future or the present continuous. Both show that it's a plan in the future. Generally speaking, we tend to use present continuous when, again, it's near future, and the future simple maybe when it's a little bit more distant future. There's no absolute concrete grammar rule here, though. Okay? There's nothing written in stone here about, well, when is it near future, when is it far future? All right, it's up to the speaker to figure that out. It's relative. All right. Okay, let's move on to another use. Here is a more specialized use of the present continuous tense. To express the idea of repeated actions, and also the idea that it's maybe irritating or shocking, surprising, using the word always or actually constantly. Okay, to express the idea that something's irritating or shocking and it happens over and over. The meaning is very much like simple present, but we use this form, I'm going to show you examples, to show that we feel negatively about it. And the always or constantly adverbs are going to be between the be auxiliary and the main verb. So it's going to look something like this. She's always coming to class late. All right. Notice the way I say it. I can't even help myself. I'm also I'm going to use a little bit different intonation. She's always coming to class late. He's constantly talking. It would be very normal in spoken English to emphasize or highlight the adverb. Oh my God, he's constantly talking. I wish he would shut up. All right, that's the idea. You're annoyed. I don't like them because they're always complaining. All right, so this is the idea here. Let's. I think we can give this one a quick try, since this is a fairly specialized idea. Using the examples above, let's give this a shot. Felipe,
Yes.
tell me about this.
He is always sleeping in the job or in the work. I don't know what is correct.
He is always. You could
Sleeping?
say. Well, you have two options. He's always sleeping at work.
At work.
Or you could say on the job. Either one would be okay. All right. Yeah. All right. Well, obviously that definitely has the idea of being something annoying. Yeah, that's it. Great. Tatiana, who annoys you? Who annoys you and why? Yeah.
Your dog are always eating my shoes.
Your
Your
dog. Okay. Dog.
dog is always eating my shoes.
Okay. Add an exclamation point to that one. Yeah. Oh, fundamental. Okay, all these words, all these sentences, examples end with periods, but I guess I should mention it'd be fairly common when writing to have an exclamation point there, obviously, to show the frustration and the sort of highlighting. Okay, great, that works. Sure, that's annoying. Giselle, what annoys you?
Mm, people scream annoys me. I get annoyed when people scream near me.
Okay, let me show you how to say that using this construction. Okay, actually, people, all right, she's speaking in general, all right, but we can use this specific form for present continuous by using a relative pronoun and a relative clause. People who are always, what, screaming?
Yes.
Okay, people who are always screaming annoy me, really annoy me. Okay, so it is possible to talk about, okay, all these, he sleeps at work, the dog eats my shoes, he is talking, she is always, it is possible to form a sentence in the more general rather than specific with a general subject by using same form, are, always, whatever, with in a relative clause. So thank you for that good example of something I needed to show you. Mike, what annoys you?
Um, um, she always is sleeping.
Okay, make sure, Mike, that you have the, you said she always is sleeping. You have to make sure you have the is first.
Okay.
Is always. Okay. She's always sleeping. All right. Just by itself, that's a very, very simple sentence, but even without any other descriptive information, an English speaker would understand that this annoys Mike. Not to mention, you'd probably say it with, again, that highlighting on the always. She's always sleeping. Okay. Clever. What
Fine.
annoys you?
Opa.
Hmm?
They are constantly complaining of life. Uh-oh.
Oh, whoops. Sorry. See, paying attention to what I'm doing here. Let's try that again. Okay. Let's see here. They are constantly complaining
Of life.
of life.
Yes.
Actually, instead of, we should probably use about life. Okay. Much better. Sometimes about and of are interchangeable, but sometimes they are not. In this case, of just doesn't work. Clever.
Okay, thank you.
All right. Generally, again, generally, it's hard to tell. You have to, sometimes it's a matter of collocations. Generally, when you're talking about something more general, you have to use about. And of is used for things more specific. He's always complaining about, okay, no. Complaining of. Here's a collocation, really. Complain about. You complain about something.
Okay, if you in complaining of work is correct or not?
You complain about work. Some verbs collocate with certain prepositions, and complain collocates, it's usually with about. We don't use complain of something. You complain about something or someone.
Okay.
All right. Okay. And I had mentioned this earlier in the class. It bears repeating. I think I've got a couple new students. Since I talked about it earlier, non-continuous verbs or mixed verbs, they simply cannot be used in continuous tenses, and that means all continuous tenses, past, present, future, even perfect continuous tenses, past, present, future, passive continuous tenses, no continuous form at all. Again, there are mixed verbs, verbs that have two different meanings, or three or four, whatever, that may be able to be used in one use, but not in another. Basically, you simply revert, when it's a question of present continuous, you revert to simple present. Loving, all right, now, okay, here's classic example. She is loving this chocolate ice cream is, grammatically speaking, just wrong. Now, I know probably some of you guys, if not all of you guys, have heard the McDonald's new jingle slogan. McDonald's, I'm loving it. It's wrong. Bad McDonald's, horrible grammar. This is terrible grammar. McDonald's is teaching the world bad English. They'll give you unhealthy hamburgers and French fries and teach you bad English all at once, at a very convenient, very conveniently. Yeah, okay. It's just not right. Yes, I'll be loving you. You will hear this concept of using these continuous verbs in advertising, in movies, in television, in song lyrics. Some people like to learn English by learning song lyrics. I have a bulletin for you. Song lyrics frequently break grammar rules because it's more important to keep the rhythm of the song than to keep the grammar. So it's very, very common to see grammar rules broken in song lyrics. Anyway, it should be, she loves this chocolate ice cream. That is the actual correct way to say the sentence. Okay. Because love is a state. It's a state of mind. Okay. So there are many others here as well to show, for example, a very common one to show possession. For example, it's perfectly okay for me to say I am having a party next weekend. Okay, here we are using, we're showing, as we already looked at, that this is a plan in the near future. Super. I am hosting a party. I am holding a party next weekend. But I cannot say I am having a new car. This will not work. Nope. I have to say I have a new car. I cannot use present continuous. The main verb have is another mixed verb. And that's a whole other class, but basically these non-continuous verbs are also called stative verbs. They describe the state, a state of someone's emotion, the state of their thinking, the state of their being. It's being owned. I can't say I am owning a new car. These are called stative verbs, or a mixed verbs that has a stative verb meaning. You can't talk about the state something is in. Along with that, a lot of linking verbs like, smell, taste, It is tasting terrible. I can't say that. I have to say it tastes terrible. It smells bad. I can't say it is smelling bad. Again, that is the state that it is in. So you have to be careful about using non-continuous verbs or mixed verbs. Is it an actual action? Then you bet, yeah. Of course it can. Actions can show duration, continuity. So of course it can be a continuous verb. If it's just the way something is, then no. We've already looked at adverb placement when we looked at always and completely. That holds true for most of the, any of the, grammar adverbs. The placement, to be correct, is always correct when you put it in front of the main verb. Now, of course, it is possible sometimes to move these around, but here's the thing. There's some English grammar rules that are a little crazy. Sometimes in English it's okay to do something sometimes, but it's always correct to do it this way. And here's one of those examples. It's always correct to put the adverb here. It may be correct to put it elsewhere, or it may not be. You're taking your chances. It's case by case. Are you watching TV still? That's fine. Still you are watching TV? Not so good there. Okay. All right. And last thing here, last but not least, let's take a look at the passive construction, a passive present continuous. Now, okay, we've got a time phrase in our active example. Time phrase right now, okay, clearly showing the actions happening right now. Tom, our subject noun, is doing the action. Tom does the action. Tom is writing. And then our object noun, the letter. Tom is doing the action to the letter. Great. Tom is writing the letter. In a passive construction, we don't really care who does the action because maybe we just plain don't care. It's unimportant to the message. Or maybe because it's completely obvious who does the action, or maybe it's like instructions or a procedure that anyone can follow, so anyone can do the action. Whatever the case, we don't care about who's actually doing it. What we care about is the action is being done to the subject noun in a passive sentence. So in this case, we take our object noun, the letter, again, our time phrase. The letter is being written. The action's happening to the subject. If I want to express who does the action, it's very common to use a prepositional phrase with by Tom. Prepositional phrases in the morning, okay. It may be important when or where, in the bathroom. We often add prepositional phrases to passive sentences, obviously to give extra information. Let's look at the form, and we're going to practice this. All passive main verbs are the past participle. It's what shows it's passive. So, again, all passive forms, the main verb is going to be the past participle. What shows you the actual verb tense is the use of what you're doing with the verb to be in front of the main verb. And there it is being. That's present continuous, followed by the main verb. Okay, so that's it. All passives basically work the same way. The past participle is the main verb, and then the construction in front of it shows the verb tense. Well, let's see. Let's try this out. Let's see if we can make a passive sentence. Again, the action is following this example. The action is going to happen to the subject noun. So, Felipe.
Yes.
Yeah, can you give it a shot here?
For active.
Passive.
Passive. The cake is making by Felipe.
Ah.
Is making cook it.
Okay, wait a minute. The cake is not making something. I don't think a cake can make something. How about this, Felipe? The cake is being made. The past participle of make, made is made. The cake is being made. There you go. Actually, we could put a period right there, and that's a perfectly good sentence. If you want to add who's doing it, this afternoon, or when it's being done, or where it's being done, in the kitchen, by Tom, whatever. You can add prepositional phrases all night long if you want to add information. But that essentially is the sentence. The cake is being made. Okay. So the action is happening to the cake. Tatiana, you want to give this a try?
The book is being read by Filipa.
Okay. All right. The book is being read by Philip. I think Philip has two L's, but okay. All right. Terrific. All right, that's it. Pretty straightforward. Giselle, give this a try.
The dinner is being made by my father.
Okay, that's
Being
it.
cooked.
That's okay. We commonly use made or make to talk about cooking. You could made, cooked, wouldn't matter. Really, it makes no difference here. Giselle, if you wanted to use cooked or made, quite clear. It's very common to use make for food in English. Okay, that's fine. Great, that's it. Mike, you want to give this a try?
The letter is being read by Joy.
Okay. Now, of course, the problem here, you need this past participle. So you need written.
Oh, okay.
Okay. You gotta always, every passive uses the past participle of the main verb every time. Doesn't matter what past simple, past perfect, future continuous, doesn't matter. Always, even if it's future tense, you're going to be using the main verb in a passive sentence. Will always be the past participle. Okay. Clever. You want to try this?
Okay. The dinner is being prepared by Sarah.
Okay. Fine. Okay. Sarah. Whoops. Sarah with a capital. Sorry. Okay. Great. That's pretty basic there. You guys got some basic sentences. That's the idea. All right. So, whereas passive tenses are really uncommon for things like past perfect continuous or future perfect passive sentences are very, very unusual. Passive with present continuous is actually quite normal. I think you can see even the examples you guys gave me, these would be fairly normal things to say. Okay, you guys kind of zipped through your example sentences pretty quickly, so let's go back and try the one that we didn't try. Longer actions in progress now. The now to mean a longer duration. I'm reading a really good book right now that can mean a longer concept of now. Let's give this a try. Felipe, give this a try, looking at these examples. Felipe, are you there? No? Okay. Tatiana, you want to give this a try? A longer idea of now.
I'm living and working in Bishkek for 3 years.
One more time? Sorry?
3 years. I'm living and working in Bishkek for 3 years.
Okay. You're living and working in what?
Bishkek.
Oh, I can't spell that. How do you spell that? I have no idea.
K-E-K. Bishkek. No E, K-E-K.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, now there's a problem with this. Yeah. Okay.
For 3 years.
Yeah. All right. Okay, now, okay. Let's take a look at this. Actually, because you have 3 years, it implies
3 years.
up to now. All right. 3 years ago, up to right at this minute. So this is past. This happened in the past and has a relationship to now. The idea here is not, because you say for 3 years, this demands have been living. This would demand.
I live and working now in Bishkek.
That's right. Okay.
I don't have. I'm living and working now in Bishkek. Now.
Right. That's right. So that's why we need here. This is what I've done here is I've created a present perfect continuous, because we use a present perfect to explain that something happened up to now, has a strong relationship to now. Okay. Because of this 3 years. That's the problem. Because you wrote that 3 years now. That is the problem. It demands that I use a perfect tense. If I simply said I am living and working in Bishkek, there. Now I can use present continuous tense. The idea here is most certainly a broader sense of now. You're not saying exactly how long or when, but that's the idea. Okay. So that's one thing you have to be careful of when you're using this broader sense of now. Make sure you're not using, if you use words like since or for so many years, for so long, or yet, or up to now. If you use any of these constructions, you're probably needing a perfect tense, present perfect. Okay, that is all we have for. We are out of time. So I would like to thank everyone for joining me. I'll see you next time here on Verbling. Well, actually, I'll be back in a minute or two. Thank you,
Thank you,
everybody.
teacher.